What is up guys, Nate here. Today I am very excited to be able to show you guys the first real modification to the Camaro. Now as you know, we've done a few little things here and there like remove the fender emblems, black out the bow ties, little stuff like that, but nothing really worth noting. In this box is something that I've been waiting to get for the Camaro basically since day one. Now, if you guys remember in one of my other videos, I made a video on what I wanted to do to the Camaro. And I had three performance modifications. I had a cold air intake, long tube headers with high flow cats, and then obviously a tune would be necessary. In this box I have the first mechanical modification. This is a cold air intake. Now, as I say in every video, obviously I don't have that big of a budget to work with, so I will be getting this stuff. It's just going to take a long time. As you can see, it took me this long to save up for an intake. And either way, I am very happy to spend my money on this because I don't play video games, I don't do any of that stupid shit, so this is where my money goes instead. So let me get the camera up here and we can unbox it for you. So, as I said, I have not unboxed this yet, so I will be doing so now. Now, I will not be able to install it until the weekend because of school and everything. So we'll have to do that then. I'll make a video afterwards, of course. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. Oh, I missed a spot. Damn it. That's just my luck. Packing peanuts. Okay, now, if you can't tell by now, this is a Veraram. Now, I went with Veraram specifically for quite a few reasons. First of all, I just want to pull this out and show you guys so you can actually get an understanding of, a full understanding of why I went with this. We'll set this down right over here. So, the place that this Veraram goes, actually, let me see if I can get this untied. Hold on here. Let me see. So, the reason that I went with Veraram instead of, let's say, cold air inductions or, you know, K&N or something like that is basically common sense. When I pull this out, you're going to look at this and very quickly understand the reasoning why Veraram gets higher horsepower and torque and all that stuff. Okay. And there's peanuts everywhere. So, if I turn this around here, as you see, you have this very nice kind of ram, just like it says, right under here. And this is where all your air will go into the very nice green filter. I'll have to remember to get that peanut out of there. Now, what this does is it sits, there's your throttle body where the throttle body connects in. And you lean your radiator back approximately, I think, like 1 inch, and it comes with you know, longer bolts and all that. And this goes in between the radiator and your grill. So all of the cold, fresh air that's being blown directly into your grill is going to go right straight into that throttle body. So compared to a cold air inductions cold air intake, you're getting, you know, of course, their whole tubing and box, everything's really well insulated, but the problem is, where are you getting that supposed cold air from? You're getting it right out of the hot engine bay air. Also, you know, you're not getting it blown directly up in there, not like this. Also in the box, we should have all your hardware. You have your clamps, and also this rubber mat. This is the a rubber mat that goes between this and the radiator to kind of prevent any heat from getting in there as well. Here are your longer radiator bolts, and there are also some brackets in there somewhere. Your tubing, all that good stuff. Now, let me open the hood here and we can show you exactly where it's supposed to go. So, the area that this goes, son of a bitch, is it comes straight from here, and when you lean your radiator back, you will have a little gap right there, and it'll go right in there. Now, if you look at also the way that it's designed, this one, and also like cold air inductions, you have 90-degree angle, and this one even has more. It goes in your air box, and you can see the factory one lets your air in right here, which it doesn't come from anywhere. But cold air inductions goes down there, which you do have an opening down there, but it's not like this. Now Veraram, instead of having any curves or angles or anything like that, it just comes straight out and in. So all that air that's being blown right in through there goes straight into the throttle body. So it's cold, it's, I don't want to say being forced, it's not forced induction or anything, but it is being, you know, forced into the throttle body. So I will be installing this weekend. You know, I can't do it as of right now because of school, but I will definitely be installing this as soon as I possibly can. Looks like we have some water spots or something on there. But overall, I gotta get this out so I don't forget. Overall, I am very, very happy with the product, just seeing it firsthand. Now, what I'm not excited about is the fact that there is a learn time for this intake, and it is in fact a pretty long learn time. Now, to first start it, you have to wait 10 minutes, which isn't bad at all. You know, let the computer learn the new airflow, but you do have to wait. I think it says about 30 or 40 miles until you can have spirited driving, as they say. But until you can go wide open throttle, you have to wait 100 miles because the timing does have to be adjusted then. So I'm not really excited about that, but I will definitely be putting a lot of miles on this car really quick so I can do wide open throttle. So that's pretty much it for the intake. Also, I do want to point out that there is a small issue with the MG. What's new? I don't know what happened. We went to a car show over the weekend, and I drove the Camaro, and my uncle actually drove the MG with my grandpa. And my uncle, let me just put it this way, he goes balls to the walls. He had this thing revved up to about 7 or 8 grand, and he'll do that every time he just cold starts it. And I hope it's nothing big. I hope it's just the plugs are bad, because you know the car wasn't running very good before that. But now when you start it, you have to have the choke halfway out to just let it run. And you know, as soon as you take the choke off, it'll just stall. But when you have the choke out, it sounds like it's not running on all 4. So hopefully it is just the plugs, because I don't know if I ever told you the history about this car, but it is a huge pain in the butt. We've had the motor torn apart, I think 2, maybe 3 times. The guy that rebuilt the engine didn't put the oil seals back on top of the valves, which therefore caused it to smoke and backfire. So basically, all your oil that's in your valve cover just goes straight into the cylinders. Also, another problem we had is the engine rebuilder did not put the electrical grease in the distributor. Now, these do require a grease that goes on the points on the distributor. So therefore, when we didn't have that, as soon as the motor would get somewhat hot, it would stall and would not start. So found that out real quick while we were going down the main street over here, and it stalled, and we had to wait probably 2 hours for it to cool down. So anyway, those are just 2 of the minor problems we've had. We've had so many other problems with this car, and I'm really hoping that this is just something minor and that we don't have to do anything stupid with it. Also, another thing is we're going to have a lot of probably videos on the MG, because it needs maintenance, and it needs maintenance bad. So first of all, as you can see, everything on this car leaks, just like every British car. You know, that's no surprise. And the problem with the oil on the oil pan is because there is a seal right by the flywheel area, and basically to replace that, you have to pull the motor. So we're not going to do that. We'll just keep the cardboard under there. But also the transmission, which we did not know, basically we didn't know that that was leaking too, so there was barely any transmission fluid in it. So we just put some of that in there, and also we're going to have to do the plugs. The brakes, I guess the front brake is locking up, and one of them isn't even braking, so we'll have to tear that apart too. Basically just regular maintenance, which By the way, if you ever go to buy an MG, just remember there will always be problems. MGs, people say, you know, oh, they're really reliable and all that. Not really. I mean, the biggest problem with this car is leaks. Every single thing on this car leaks. Everything from the cork gasket on the valve cover that's drenched in oil. Anything from your oil filter, your oil pan, which is your main seal that's dripping on there. I'm not sure if you can see all those drips under there. Those are a lot. Your transmission, the speedo cable into the transmission, your rear end, everything on this car leaks. So, and that's pretty much for any British car. If you ever go to buy a British car, make sure you have lots and lots of cardboard. So, as you can see, we have a lot of cardboard over there. I don't know why my phone's zooming like that, but anyway, so there's kind of a little update on the MG, and a big surprise for the Camaro. I am definitely going to be putting this in as soon as I possibly can. So definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel to check out any more videos that will be coming on the Camaro. And finally, go ahead and like this video. Comment what you guys think. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. And finally, like I said, subscribe. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.